Hello! 皆さん、こんばんは。こんにちは。Secreta. I'm very tired today, everybody, but I hope everybody's doing well today. Yeah, I had a little bit of bed hair doing the push-ups today, but at least I'm feeling a little bit better today. And hello there, everybody. Hello there, Hop. Hey, John. Hey, Pigeon. It's really nice to see everybody today. I do gotta go somewhere later on today, so I'm just gonna be taking it slow. Oh, soy. Basically, slow. So, yeah. A bit tired. I gotta conserve energy. And after this dance battle, maybe I'll treat myself by taking everybody out to a Chinese buffet or something. Just so we can all really recover, you know? Why, hello there everyone, I'm the Kumo Sensei, and it's really nice to see everybody again. But let us change this comment here. Let's call it Slow Stream Today. But I do want to talk about some things, especially since now that the 4,000 subscribers special video is now posted. It's very interesting, I have to say. It was received quite well, but if you haven't seen it, please go watch it. It did took some effort for me to actually edit and post it, especially getting it through with the YouTube guidelines, because there were quite a lot of times when it wouldn't go through because YouTube said it was not appropriate. So either that or it got age restricted. But luckily this time around I finally got it through. So I hope everybody enjoyed it, the 4,000 subscriber special. And I did open a new playlist for that. It's called Reviews, Thoughts, and Opinions or something like that. So basically, I want to try discussing about things such as things that I like, other than just anime, hentai, and things of that nature. Now, I don't know exactly if it will be received well. Is basically my approach to this type of content that I will be creating is going to be like how my anime videos was, basically with anime news. But instead of the theatrical approach that I did back then, more like the intros and whatnot, I'm gonna be doing it more of a slower Kumo Sensei style, more relaxed vibe. And I'm hoping that if you haven't watched that video or you haven't liked that video yet for the hentai review, please do, to help boost the algorithm, I guess, if you think that video is really well. It wasn't easy to edit, I'll tell you that. So I'm truly thankful for that. And I have to say, I actually lost subscribers because of that video, believe it or not. Even though it did pretty decent in terms of 100 views and whatnot in the past 3 days, I believe. Still lost viewers because it kind of killed the algorithm for my channel. That's how YouTube works. If you upload content that isn't your typical content, usually it hurts your channel. So that's why I lost a subscriber or two, or a few actually. But yeah though, John, thank God it's Friday, isn't it? Very nice, honestly. And I hope that explains why I lost a little bit of viewers. It's really just because the YouTube algorithm isn't so great. But like I stated, I really just want to upload content that I like, or content that I feel that I can convey. I did also stated that I wanted to do the shorts commentary film on myself. But if I'm being completely blunt here, everybody, this is something I don't know how I want to present it. I really want to make it into like a short film if I can, but I just don't have the money or resources for a good camera or a camera guy. So really, I'm going to put that on hold, the short commentary film on myself, until I feel like I can somewhat, I don't want to say get my vision out there, but edit in a way, or film it in a way to where I think it's justice to an extent. So that one's going to be on hold for now, but I'm super excited, and I hope you guys are too. And there's a lot man, this week has been, I think the best way to describe this week, everybody, for those who are wondering how my week has been, this week has been very unexpected. That's the best way to put it. My hair's a bit messed up still. I don't know how much more to explain it than that. It's literally like just me being tired. It's like that. When I say I am just tired, everybody. But please cut me some slack though. It's just that I've been through a lot this week. And yeah, I do gotta go to a dance battle later today. So that's gonna be fun. I don't really like dance battles when it's too personal, and this one is a very, very personal one. More personal than the last one. So I'm hoping that things will go well. If not, then I guess it is what it is. And for those who are new to my channel though, I do work out, but I really mostly just diet now. I do work out about twice a week, for those who are wondering. So it's not like I quit working out, but more so I'm trying to switch to recreational fitness and health rather than lifting heavy. I stated this before, but I think the point gets across, right? It's very complicated, honestly, how like I have viewers that find my channel and my videos through different types of content. So it's really hard to satisfy everybody because I really just make content that I enjoy personally, everybody. And this is kind of the problem about this channel, is that a lot of people subscribe and unsubscribe because of one specific type of content they're here for. But this channel is more so of just me just making content because I want to, not necessarily me trying to become a big YouTuber. And man, this is kind of confusing. I have a lot I really want to talk about, especially since that 4K to the 4,000 subscriber special video. It seems like a lot of people want me to create either this or that type of content, but really, I just don't really care anymore about like content creation in terms of like trying to make it as a YouTuber. I will say this until the day I die, and basically everybody's tired of hearing this, but I'll say it again. I do not want YouTube to be my full-time career. I just want YouTube to be a place for me, you know, not a career for me. I'm sorry you lost subscribers. Oh no, it's fine. I don't take it that. I think the best way to explain is this. It is kind of upsetting when you do lose subscribers, but for me personally, I don't take it personal because you have to understand that, like, since YouTube to me is not a full-time career, it doesn't affect me as much as, let's say, a smaller content creator who is trying to make it. So, like, I understand if people are kind of upset that it didn't happen or if they feel some type of way, but for me personally, it's not so severe, you know? Please understand that, you know, what I'm saying here. I'm just trying to make it as simple and as straightforward as possible, because sooner or later, like, people, like, especially the newer viewers, everybody thinks that I'm doing things for views, but it's not. It's really because I just want to create content. But please don't worry if I do lose subscribers or not, because it's not going to deter me from uploading content. Like, I'm still going to be here, and I'm still going to be uploading content every day. I find it, you know, one of my older push-up videos recently got a notification about somebody leaving a comment on it. I read the comment and I actually kind of giggled. Someone basically said that, basically I've been vlogging every day of my life since the push-ups video, since day one. Because for those who watch my push-up videos, you know that typically after I do the 25 push-ups, I discuss about what's going on in my life and basically the things that are going down this week, that day, or yesterday. It's so funny, everybody, how like people are actually interested about my daily life. But my life in itself is not very interesting. The journey is, though, the journey to where I am now is interesting, but as of like how I lived it is not so compelling. So I really want to close this chapter of my life and just time to open a new chapter. So that's why I'm making the short commentary film, because I really want people to understand who I am and where I come from. And I know that a lot of people are expecting like the Kumo Sensei to do more workouts, I guess, you know, more vlogs, more content, but I really don't bother as much as I used to. Now, I would like to talk about some things, but I don't know exactly where I'll start in terms of like the common things that we typically talk about. Because like anime, there's really nothing much to talk about in anime, honestly. I've already I'm caught up with most of the things I want to watch. I still do think that Sakamoto Days is a very pleasant anime to watch. And I know a lot of people say the animation isn't that great, but I think people's expectations of the anime is too high nowadays. Just saying, The Apothecary Diaries is an amazing anime series. I will actually, let us pull it up real quick, because I do want to talk about anime for a little bit. Hold up. Anime list. Oops. Is it anime list? Oh, anilist.co. Wait. My anime list. There it goes. Let us actually search this up real quick, because I really want to just give you a quick thoughts about some of these animes real quick. Alrighty. Main screen. There we go. Alright, everybody. So here is the anime of this season. I will talk about this real quick. Okay, I gotta give you some personal hot takes, but yeah. Ranking of Kings is a really good show. I'll tell you, man. I know that Sung Cho Won, aka Pro ZD, voices Kage. It's a very good show. I'll say that. Now let's actually talk about this series real quick, starting with Solo Leveling. So, Jinwoo, or Sung Jinwoo, if you want to take his full name. I think Jinwoo is an amazing, overpowered type character, but in terms of character development, he's kind of with your typical overpowered MCs. So I would put him up with like Tatsuya Shiba and like all these other characters in that category. Not saying it's a bad thing necessarily, but I do think that like the animation is what's really carrying the show. I know people like overpowered like main characters, but it's a very fun show to watch, I'll admit. But I wouldn't say it's the greatest show of all time. This show is kind of like I don't know how to explain it. Like a thing for its time. I don't know if this show would get better with age or get worse, but I think it's gonna blur somewhere between like you know, like the nostalgia moment type of esque sort of anime. But that's where I currently stand on it. I still think it's a fun show to watch though. And the series light novels and manhwa is for sale at Barnes & Noble and Walmart too, I believe. But not interested in buying it. I actually enjoy Sakamoto Days a lot, but it's kind of a sad thing to see that like a lot of people kind of bash this show because they're expecting like top tier animation. What mangas have you been reading? I have not been reading much manga lately, Hop. I still do read One Piece. I am reading some of the newer Shonen Jump series. I will actually go into depth about that because tying into Sakamoto Days later, but I will discuss about what I'm reading and give you my personal thoughts, I guess, because a lot of Shonen Jump is in a very bad place right now, if I'm being honest, but we'll talk more about it later. The Apothecary Diaries, this is amazing. This show to me is an amazing show. If you like the drama, mystery, / chemistry element between the two main characters. Dr. Stone here is a great show. I still do think that the pacing is not so great, like towards the conclusion, but still a good show. The 100 Girlfriends, I still need to catch up on this. My Happy Marriage, I still do love this show a lot here. I know that people are not too into this show, but for a pure romance genre, like the romance genre for me, I love it a lot. I'm not complaining. And everything else, I just kind of watch on and off. Besides Hanako-kun, I love Hanako-kun, but if I'm being completely honest, as much as I love this anime, I still do think that they need to find a way to go back and basically fill in the parts that they skipped or cut out. I don't know how they'll do that. either a remake or do something like Horimiya did with like the missing pieces that goes over the stuff they skipped. But everything else on this current season, it's somewhere in the middle to where it's decent or I haven't seen it yet. Now I will actually. Oh yes, John. If you can, do watch My Happy Marriage. Now I'm gonna pull up Viz Media real quick, which is basically Shonen Jump's official English, you know, whatnot. Let me pull it up. Screen. All right, everybody. So this is what I am basically talking about here. So this right here is Shonen Jump, and I'm not gonna lie, a lot of this stuff is not so great. A lot of this, okay. So allow me to explain how Shonen Jump works. So basically, for those people who are not familiar with manga or with Shonen Jump at all, so Shonen Jump typically releases new series, and usually they give about anywhere between 20 chapters to 70 chapters to make a good, like another good hitting series that will stick around. And most of the time, Shonen Jump will cancel the series, or which in our terms we will call it axing, basically cutting off the series before it gets decent. So a lot of series do get cut. So this is kind of the thing about Shonen Jump. Oh, they're Kiwi. So I'm going to give you my personal thoughts about the current state of Shonen Jump anime. Because a lot of you anime fans may be newer anime fans, but Shonen Jump used to be the king when it came to like actual action anime. We're talking Bleach, Naruto, One Piece, Jujutsu Kaisen, Dandadan, Chainsaw Man, all of these amazing series of Shonen Jump. But currently, Shonen Jump right now is struggling through a phase of where they can't get any new series to stick. And some series, I don't know why they keep cutting it. So it's really rare for a Shonen Jump series nowadays to stay around. So I'm going to give you my personal hot take on like Shonen Jump series as of now. So here's my hot take. As much as I like Shonen Jump series, I honestly don't think that they're worth reading unless they're past 100 chapters or 70 chapters. Because this is 70 chapters is usually the average ballpark of a Shonen Jump series to see if it'll stick or not. If not, then usually after that amount, they either cancel it or force, you know, a rushed ending to conclude it. And this is the thing that I find irritating about like Shonen Jump, because like let's use some of these examples here. So we have so this is one of a newer series called Embers here. It's a soccer anime or football anime, quote unquote. This series won't stick around long because it gives me the same vibes as like the others that came before it. And then this is a new one. Oops, sorry, let me scroll back up, sorry. And then this right here, Star of Beethoven, like Beethoven. Like this is a musical type of stuff. Like, you get what I'm saying here. A lot of these series won't really actually stay around long because I just don't think it has what I consider the it factor. Very few shows will have it in Shonen Jump. Dandadan was a great example. I'm surprised it sticked around, but for those who have watched the anime, if you read the manga, you understand why Dandadan has stayed around as long as it did. It's really because the first chapter is bananas. Like, if you watch episode 1 of Dandadan, you know what I'm talking about. Like, it goes from 0 to 100 very quickly. Same thing for Chainsaw Man. Like, a lot of these shows that do stick around, they're very pleasant. Like, they have a really gripping story on chapter 1. A lot of Shonen Jump series right now, if you're not trying to hook a reader and you're slowly trying to build towards something, is most likely going to get canceled or axed. The only exception that I have never seen before is this one here, Kagurabachi. So let us actually discuss about Kagurabachi here for those people who are not familiar with this series at all. This is one of the most rarest things I have ever seen in anime history. there was only one chapter released of this manga, and it already got an anime adaptation at that time. Like they announced the anime when chapter 1 dropped. So I'm guessing this show here, or this series here, is gonna be as big as Dan Dan Dan, Chainsaw Man, or somewhere in between. Because I have never seen Shonen Jump put so much hopes into a series before. So really, this right here is what everybody's considering to be the next big thing in terms of all this stuff that is currently being released as of now. You see all of this like series here? Like a year ago, we had stuff like Fabricant 100 and things like that, and those series are already canceled. Have you considered streaming your daily push-ups? No, I don't really want to do that because like I don't think people will watch it like a live stream if I do that, because really is like only exactly only I don't edit my the push-up videos is not edited. I literally just boop boop upload, start, finish, cut, the end, and just put on like some background music. So probably not hoodie. Hot take is that there's only a handful of sports anime that are actually good. Most feel like the same thing. Hop, you're actually correct. So I want to discuss about, okay, Hop, he actually makes a good point. So allow me to discuss about sports anime and Shonen Jump. So we're going to talk about like Dog's Red here, and Blue Box is not a sports anime. It's more of a romance drama type of esque. But let's talk about like sports anime here for a second. In terms of Shonen Jump and sports anime, I feel like their era is over. This is a hot take, actually, another hot take. I don't think Shonen Jump will make another great sports anime for a very long time, if not ever again. Because you have to understand that, like, at their time, we had stuff like Crossget No Basket, Haikyuu. Like, these are amazing series, but I feel like that was for its time. Like, I feel like the 2008 to 2014 era of sports anime and manga was like where Shonen Jump was at its finest. And then I remember, was it 2018 or 2019? They were trying to find or trying to make another actual good sports anime or sports series, quote unquote, with Laser X Laser, which is a golf manga, I believe. And that show got canceled. Like a lot of sports stuff that is Shonen Jump will get canceled because it just isn't gripping enough. And I know people use Blue Lock. Blue Lock is not Shonen Jump, by the way. It's another publisher. But basically, what I'm saying is that Shonen Jump right now is in a very finicky phase. You either got extreme hits or extreme misses. If it's a miss, it's going to get cut immediately. It's like they don't want to take chances anymore, basically, is what I'm saying. So this is my personal thought on Shonen Jump right now, and why I'm not really reading any of the Shonen Jump series, because I'm just reading, like, the mangas that I'm reading right now is more so of just like me rereading older series, or me just trying to find something that is what I consider to be interesting enough. So like currently I'm rereading Hanako-kun. I know it's kind of funny for me to say that. I'm also reading some manga adaptations of light novels such as ReZero. I think ReZero's manga is pretty interesting, but not as good as the light novel or the web novel. What's your PC specs like? I already made a video on that, Giga, so I think you just need to go watch that video, by the way. Because, like, I don't want to discuss about PC specs when I already made a video on my PC. Hello there, Shadow. But that is the, I'm watching here, My Hero Academia, One Piece, Chainsaw Man, Kaiju number 8, Jujutsu Kaisen, Yu Yu Hakusho, Demon Slayer. Could you edit funny moments in your to a weekly montage and you enjoy that time of everything? I actually do plan on doing that, Hoodie, at some point. So at some point, I don't want to call it like a weekly vlog, but more so of like small moments in my life, and then post it as like a compilation of what I did that week. That is currently the future goal. So I want to call it a vlog, or more like a mini weekly schedule of what I'm doing. But yeah, though, everybody, I honestly think that Shonen Jump right now is not so great. Not as like me trying to be mean, but just me being honest about like what's currently happening and the current shifts of anime in general. I don't think it's worth reading a lot of these Shonen Jump series if I'm being completely honest here. Gomenasai. I know what I'm saying is mean. Like I'm not saying they're bad, but I'm just saying that they're not stable as a series. No series in Shonen Jump nowadays is safe, especially if you're new. Like this is just pure facts at this point. But if anybody, like, I don't know, what are some series? Let me ask you, the viewers, this question real quick. What are some series that you think that are decent, but may not ever get a conclusion, or may get canceled later on down the road? This, or may get rushed to an ending. This isn't including Shonen Jump, but just any series in general. So basically, series that would never get a continuation. Basically what I'm saying, series that would never get season 2, or mangas that would never ever basically conclude because of publishing issues, or maybe it's a poor series in terms of sales. Thank you, Hoodie. You don't need to watch my content, but like I have so much like in my head about like series and stuff. Vagabond. Well, that's the funny thing. Vagabond would never ever get an anime adaptation. I would die on that hill. Hunter x Hunter for real. Hoodie, you're okay. So let us actually talk about this. Is actually a very good conversation now. So now we're talking about Vagabond and Hunter x Hunter. So okay, let us actually discuss about this. We'll start with Vagabond. Vagabond would never ever, in my personal opinion, ever get an anime adaptation. It is a masterpiece of a series. Like Miyamoto Musashi, like, oh my god, that is a beautiful manga series, but the way the story can only be presented in manga form. It cannot be adapted into a anime series. So I actually agree with you about that, about, you know, Vagabond Hop. It is impossible for that series to get an anime adaptation. It never will, in my personal opinion. Now let us actually talk about Hunter x Hunter now, because Hunter x Hunter, it's a funny story. So our boy Togashi, he is very bad when it comes to illustrating and actually making the series for Hunter x Hunter, but he is still creating it. If you follow him on Twitter, which I'm guessing a lot of you don't, then like you see what he posts, he still is making manga chapters, but he's just very slow at it. The thing that everybody needs to understand is this: if you like Hunter x Hunter, it's better if you keep up with Togashi on Twitter, the creator of Hunter x Hunter on Twitter, because a lot of you may not be Japanese enough or Asian enough, but almost every Japanese person uses Twitter. Twitter is like the biggest platform that everybody uses, or X, or whatever you want to call it now. Even I use Twitter still for my anime news. So like, if you're wondering how I know so much about anime and what authors, manga creators, or anime creators are doing, anime studios, really you have to stay on Twitter, because Twitter is where everybody posts stuff. It's very strange to say that, but really that's where 99% of the news comes from. It starts on Twitter, and then it goes to like My Anime News Network for them to talk about it. Crunchyroll News will talk about it, and it just trickles down, you know? Trickles down. Have you watched the 1999 version of Hunter x Hunter anime? Yes, I have. So here's the thing. Hunter x Hunter, the 1999 version, is not as... okay, it's not faithfully adapted as the 2011 adaptation. Because you have to remember, this is the 90s. During the 90s, it was more about the gore and the mature factor. So everything was more edgier and dark. The edgy factor, that's what it is. Like, I even watched Stardust Crusaders, JoJo's Stardust Crusaders, the 90s version. It is completely different, I'll tell you that. I do think the Hunter x Hunter 1999 version is an aesthetic, but in terms of adaptation, is not as good as the 2011 version. The 2011 version is more faithfully adapted, but I still do think that people should watch the Hunter x Hunter 1999 anime adaptation, because it's very unique. It's very unique. I will say that. I will agree that it's strangely interesting. But this is where I currently stand, though. There's still a lot of series I like that just pops into my head whenever I think about like animes not getting anime adaptations or anime series getting canceled. You know, a lot of these here that you're seeing right now, like Blue Exorcist, went on hiatus forever. Ruri Dragon, hiatus forever until it recently returns, and now it's on and off. You know, like it's very, it's kind of deterring, honestly, because it I'm stuttering here because it's so hard to express how frustrated I feel. It's like I love the series, but I hate it because I know that it's going to get canceled. So like, I always ask myself, is anime even worth watching at times, or manga worth reading at times when it's just never going to be completed? Because like, I love anime and manga, but I will not lie and say that it's just frustrating to know that you will never get a season 2. Do I think Berserk will finish? Yes, Berserk will finish. Even though Miura is no longer around, rest in peace Miura. Amazing writer, by the way. His scripts are, like, his overall outline scripts are still there. So basically, like, they know exactly how Berserk is going to end. And luckily his editors and some of his other his fellow illustrators, they actually know how to draw his art style. So Berserk is still releasing chapters, by the way. So Berserk will finish. It's just a matter of like how long or when it will finish, you know. But I think every single like manga creator or every single creator that writes a long story, they should really write out the ending first, so that way, like, if something ever happens, like we know we know what the ending will be, and not get the series canceled. Even Oda, the creator of One Piece, has this whole script. He even stated on Twitter that he had the whole script written out, that if something was to happen to him, his illustrators will actually help him finish the series just in case. And I actually love that. Togashi actually did the same thing too for Hunter x Hunter. He also said that like he already has some scripts written out just in case if he dies, because like we know that Hunter x Hunter, the manga just never ever releases because Togashi keeps going on hiatus. Like he just don't want to write. So like I really do like that like how like authors already planned out their endings. And I think every single creator should do that, because like we just don't we don't know when our last day will be. And I think like for fans of series, I think it's deserved if we at least like if the creator at least leaves something behind just in case, you know. But that's currently where I stand, though. It's funny, honestly, but I do think Berserk will finish. I don't think it's funny. I don't really think some other series will ever finish, but a popular series like Berserk definitely will. And the inspirations to Berserk is so interesting, because Miura had a lot of inspirations when creating Berserk. One of them was Conan the Barbarian. Conan the Barbarian was one of Miura's influences to to Berserk. You even see it in Guts' characters. Like Guts, him as a character, a lot of his aspects does come from Conan. So I know that a lot of you people don't read comics, but believe it or not, I actually used to read comics and manga. And Conan the Barbarian is an amazing series. I'll outright say that. You can definitely see just how the influences of Conan the Barbarian affected Berserk to an extent. I know, but look, Berserk has many influences to its creation, but like one of the noticeable ones is is Conan the Barbarian. People think that Conan the Barbarian is just about a guy named Conan who's like this muscle-headed idiot and whatnot that's just strong, but that's not the case. Conan the Barbarian is an amazing series. I know this isn't manga and whatnot we're talking about here, but this is just a little bit of like a history 101 for you guys. So Conan the Barbarian is actually a guy named Conan. Basically, when he was younger, his village was attacked and he was captured and sold into slavery. And now as an adult, he's basically just a guy that just kind of travels and finds. It's episodic essentially. But Conan the Barbarian is not an idiot. He's strong, he's smart, and speaks multiple languages. And basically, he's just a guy with wits, will, and basically kind of like guts. Like, it's an amazing comic. Like, I promise you, it's an amazing series. I truly do love Conan the Barbarian. It's an amazing series. And yes, I do read comic books too, guys. Like DC, Marvel. I don't just read manga as well. I do read a lot of comic books back then as well, because it was an amazing mix of the two. Oh man, I can talk a lot about what you call it. Like, Eiichiro Oda's Monsters got an anime adaptation on Netflix. Yes, I noticed that. Netflix is, you know, I find this to be very interesting. So I will actually talk about Netflix for a second. What do people think about Netflix in terms of anime adaptations? There is like a whole debate on like licensing. A lot of people don't like Netflix adapting animes because like they fear that like there might be some sort of like what you call it, like they might actually make it worse in terms of anime adaptations. My personal stance on Netflix so far is that in terms of anime adaptations, I think they're fine, but I wouldn't say they're great either. But is it better than Crunchyroll's in terms of licensing and things like that? Maybe. It really just depends on what you look at, because I think what was it? Not Spy Family. Sakamoto Days, my bad. I had a brain fart, I'm sorry. I think Sakamoto Days is a great example of like pretty good subs, but very different subs, you know? I've actually compared the fan subs to the official subs for Sakamoto Days. Out of curiosity, there is a noticeable difference. Here's the thing I don't really like about fan dubs sometimes compared to official dubs, and vice versa. The thing about fan dubs is, I mean fan subs, my bad. Fan translations is that it's too literal. Like it's too literal to a sense to where like it's translated word to word, but the expression is lost in the sauce. So like official subs does it better in terms of like putting more expression into the translations, but it mixes a little bit of the literal translations out. Isn't that just a beautiful thing about subs and dubs and things like that? The only Netflix anime I've watched is Baki. Have y'all seen what happens in the most recent chapters of Baki? Literally, that man literally meets Elon Musk and Donald Trump in the latest manga chapter. It's so funny, honestly. I just can't help but laugh because of how bizarre it is, honestly. You just don't get that nowadays. Am I right? Or am I right? I could talk about Baki all day because Baki. So Baki is actually a very interesting series in my personal opinion. I do like the Hanma family and whatnot, but man, you can't go into it taking it seriously at times. It's very, it's just very goofy. I'm not gonna lie. Like whether it's Baki Hanma, Jack Hanma, you know, oh my god, it is just so. It is a suave anime. That's all I'm gonna say about Baki, man. But Netflix does have some interesting animes, though. I'm not gonna lie. They have Pluto, Spy Family, I believe, Sakamoto Days. They're licensing a lot of like some of the good series actually. It's funny because this is kind of a strange thing. Okay, let us actually talk about licensing animes. So, oops, that thing's going up fast. So there's typically like the big three in terms of licensing animes is Crunchyroll, and then you have Netflix, and then now you have Disney Plus and Hulu, or somewhere in the middle, but I think Disney owns Hulu as well. But these are the big three. I actually do not like Disney in terms of licensing. Even though Disney Plus has licensed Bleach: 1,000 Year Blood War, I still do think that the majority of like what you call it, the licensing animes that they've gotten for Disney Plus, I still do think it would have been better off of Crunchyroll or something else other than, you know, Disney Plus. So Disney Plus is like Disney Plus to me is at the bottom, and then you have Netflix and then Crunchyroll. But I'm not gonna lie though, the recent allegations of Crunchyroll about like employers and like things like that, it has not been good on Crunchyroll, man. It's funny. I don't know if, okay, a lot of people are not as old as I am, but I was literally one of like the very few people in the beginning that was watching Crunchyroll when it was still basically an illegal pirated anime website. They used to just upload. So basically, like all those, so like GoGo Anime, Anime Plus, those basically those what you call anime websites that weren't legally licensing animes, or like fan subs and things like that. Crunchyroll was one of those websites, believe it or not. It wasn't until like 2012, 2013 when they officially was basically bought out and rebranded, and that's when they started licensing animes. Very interesting. But I have a love and hate relationship with Crunchyroll, believe it or not, because they're a lot to deal with. And funny thing is that I remember back in 2012 to 2016, I always told myself I would never buy any sort of anime merch from Crunchyroll. Because for those who don't know how Crunchyroll works, Crunchyroll, their anime figures, they actually put like a 20% upcharge to it. So like, here's an example. If an anime figure was worth $100, Crunchyroll will sell that figure for $125 to $130. So they sell it at a markup. So that to me was like the biggest face slap of all time. So back then, when I was still buying anime figures, I would never buy from Crunchyroll because it was just too expensive, like the upcharge and everything. And this is a true story, by the way, and it's still present even now. So a lot of people may be wondering, Kumo Sensei, where do you buy your anime figures? And till this day, there is only three places I normally look at first whenever I start considering buying anime figures. Either 1, Tokyo Otaku Mode, 2, myfigurecollection.net, which is a forum page for figure collectors, or 3, Ami, or I forgot what that one website was called, but it's a Japanese website though. But you couldn't you couldn't just buy anime figures off eBay, for those who are wondering, or Amazon or Temu or things like that, because they were like all those websites, eBay, Amazon, Temu. Well, Temu didn't exist, but you get what I'm saying though. Basically, you couldn't buy from eBay or Amazon because those websites, they always sold fake anime figures. So like the fake anime figures were pretty darn spot on too for some of them. So really, if you wanted to buy legit anime figures, you had to actually go out of your way and buy from the Japanese websites, or buy from a third party that will ship to you. And it's sad because like even now people are still buying anime figures at like conventions, eBay or Amazon, and they're buying fake anime figures. Like I would die by this. I would never ever buy an anime figure at an anime convention unless it comes with a box. Period. Because if you see people just selling anime figures and there's no box to it, do not buy it. Period. You need the boxes, I promise you. Because if not, you will buy fake anime figures. Like all of my anime figures are authentic. They're not they're not fake fabrications or anything like that. I still do have the boxes for all of my anime figures. I literally still do. All of them are 100% legit. They're not fake anime figures. So, let me show you. I don't want to take a Kataneko. Kataneko here, that is my waifu. So, let me show you an Ichiban Kuji figure. So this right here is a Macross figure. So this is Mikimo Geinemer, basically Macross Delta. So this is a Ichiban Kuji arcade prize anime figure. I actually got this from Japan, by the way. So this is a real anime figure. This is not a fake one, because the fake ones are pretty good nowadays. So the reason how I know this is real is because, one, it's not because I bought it from Japan, but more so because, like, you have to know what to look out for whenever you're buying anime figures. Because one thing is for sure is that 99% of it comes down, 90% of it actually comes down to the box. Because every single time you buy an anime figure, it will have the the authentication sticker, quote unquote, from it. So I don't have any of my anime figurine boxes on me because they're currently in storage all the way in the back, outside of this room. But you have to understand that, like, people will buy and sell fake anime figures. Let me actually this is the website I recommend. So let me pull it up real quick. Give me a second. So if you ever want to buy anime figures, this right here is like the place to go to. myfigurecollection.net. You can search up anime figures, and they will even show you the fake ones as well. So that way you don't buy fake anime figures. Because, and also people do sell their anime figures on here as well, as you can see. Now you have to understand, like, this is legit the website to go to if you're buying anime figures. Literally. So here's how it works. You go to the website and you can search up the anime figure you're looking for. So I'm just gonna go right down here because these are the popular items. So let's look at this Makise Kurisu Steins Gate anime figure. They'll tell you what date it was released, how much it costs currently, and basically like the standards and things like that. And if you now it's changed a lot. So basically if you look over here to the side, you'll see right here bootlegs. Bootlegs are fake anime figures. If you click on these, they will point out like the things that make your anime, like what makes it, like what are the fake things to look out for in a fake anime figure. So like this is the go-to website for anybody who is trying to buy anime figures. If you want to know like what a real anime figure is compared to the fake ones. The sad reality is that most anime figures that are sold at anime shows, anime conventions, and things like that, or at anime stands, some of them are fake. So next time you go to an anime convention, an anime show, whether it's Anime East, Anime PAX, or anime whatever, make sure that if you're going to buy an anime figure, talk to the vendor or the person who's selling the anime figure and ask them if they still have the box or the sticker of authenticity. Because every single manufacturer that prints and makes anime figures will have the authentication sticker on their boxes. Every single anime figure I ever bought has their own authentication stickers on it to show that it's real. Fake or bootleg anime figures would never have it. So this is my heads up to anybody who's buying anime figures. And trust me, like it's frustrating because like a lot of anime fans nowadays are really, they're basically new to like anime figure collections and things like that. So like they don't know any better. So most of the times they'll end up buying fakes, bootlegs, and things like that. And really you want to avoid that. So this is just me helping you viewers out if you ever do buy anime figures. To this day, I never buy anime figures from any vendors or any shows, whether it's an anime convention or things like that, unless the box comes with it. Because I need to see the box. Because that is like 80 to 90% of the authenticity of it. Yes, there are some things you can point out, such as like really bad painting or the figure shape isn't right. But bootlegs and fake anime figures have gotten so good now to where like you honestly can't tell them apart. So this is me, the Kumo Sensei here, just helping you anime fans out. Because I know for sure that a lot of like you guys probably have fake anime figures without even recognizing it. Like literally. I do want to show you, but my Katanico fig. So I actually do have a. Yeah. Maybe okay. You know what? Let me show you. Okay, hold up. Give me a second. I'm gonna show everybody what a. I'm gonna show everybody my authentic, like just an example of an authentic anime figure. Hold up. Let me move some stuff here real quick. Hold up. Give me a second. Oh, I'm dropping stuff, everybody. Let me show you. I just gotta move some stuff off of this real quick. Okay, let me raise that. Okay. So, this right here is going to be my example of what a real, authentic anime figure is like. So, sorry, there's a little bit of dust on this, but as you can see, the box here is perfectly laminated, and the printing on this box is actually very clean. This figure came out, I think, 7 to 8 years ago now, and you can see how well the box holds up. Not to mention, it's very sturdy. Now, the reason why I said the box matters a lot for anime figures is because every single anime figure you'll ever buy from Japan will come with a authentic. Right here, see the sticker here? This sticker here confirms that it is a real deal. Every single now here's the thing. Every single authentic sticker that you'll see in an anime figure will be different. So, yeah, that is just a heads up. If you want, I can show you another anime figure box that I have in my storage, if you guys don't mind, just for another heads up, because it's very sad to see people buy fake anime figures. I want people to actually have really good anime figures, but please don't buy fake anime figures, man. This is why you don't buy on eBay or you don't buy on Amazon. You have to buy from the source. And luckily nowadays, like, you can buy directly from the source now, since Japan does offer DHL, which is basically international shipping essentially. So back then, you're not going to believe this story. So shipping back then was super expensive for buying anime figures. So this anime figure here was around $150 when I bought it. I had to pay around $95 for shipping. To ship from Japan all the way to America here. $95. Yeah, and it took about 2 weeks to get it too. Shipping is so much better now, but I'm just a guy who's just spitting history and facts here. This isn't no like guy who's making up crap here. Like I know what buying anime figures is like. And it's funny because getting anime figures nowadays is so easy and so much cheaper, but with it comes a lot of fakes and a lot of people selling bootlegs. So my advice is that 1, always find authenticity stickers. 2, know what to look out for whenever you're buying real and fake anime figures. Like, does this look right? Does this look right? Does this look right? You know? Because nowadays China is where most of the bootlegs come from. China has gotten very good at making bootleg anime figures. So please, so I know people Google bootleg anime figures, they see all these like really bad anime figures, but that was like way back. Like, that's not it anymore, you know? China has gotten very good at making fake anime figures, bootleg anime figures. So, to the point where like you honestly can't really tell it apart unless like you buy directly from Japan and has like the stuff on it. I still do have I don't have the packaging no more, sadly, but I still do have the order numbers and things from like the anime figures I ordered, just in case, because you never know, you never know. But my god, do I love these anime figures. Hey, Kumo Sensei, your hentai video was very cool. Kakui! You really saw the romantic side of it. I'm a romance head through and through. I have like a otome thing in me that's really what I like, honestly. But for everybody who's wondering though, this right here is what an authentic anime figure looks like. This figure came... Oh, by the way, everybody. So, here, this right here is the real authentic sticker. You see that? Yep. That's how you can tell this is a real anime figure. The printing of this box is very clean and laminated. And the authenticity sticker, which is here. See, fake anime figures will not have this sticker here. You see how it's uniquely laminated? Like this unique lamination here of the sticker is the thing that makes it authentic. And you have to remember, this anime figure that you're seeing right now came out in 2017. You heard that right. This anime figure is officially 8 years old. 8 years old and is still sturdy, tight, and clean. Fake anime figures, man, I promise you people, don't buy fake anime figures. Buy the real deal whenever you can, and you'll be fine. But Anna, though, I'm truly thankful that you enjoyed my 4,000 subscribers special video. I have to say, it was... I actually lost subscribers posting that video because it kind of killed the my YouTube algorithm. And because of that, I lost some followers or some subscribers. But it's okay, though. I'm glad you enjoy it. I would do more, but really, though, it just depends on... It will strongly depend on how I'm feeling and if, like, people recommend it more, you know, Anna? So that will really determine if I will make more of those type of content. And not just for hentai, but, like everything in general. Movies, shows... manga, anime. It doesn't have to just be anime and manga. Anything in general. So like, I don't mind making more, but like I need to know first that like it'll be worth my time making those videos. Unless I truly urge it or feel it, then I'll make it. But like if you want to just see me make it on like a regular basis, I'm gonna need some convincing, or like I'm gonna need to know that like my fans or like you subscribers want it, you know. But there will be more of them in the future, though. But anyhow, though, that is basically anime figures 101 for anybody buying anime figures. Don't buy fake anime figures. And it's, as sad as it is to say, a lot of anime conventions do sell fake anime figures without them even noticing. So the box is really what you want, like if you're buying an anime figure. Like you just... Okay, let me... Sorry guys, I hate to do this. Oh god. I'm not gonna grab Katanako because Katanako, like, she's too precious. But allow me to explain. Whenever you go to an anime convention, everybody, and you just see a figure laying out like this, and there's no box, I want to tell you this. You're risking the chances of buying a fake bootleg anime figure without even noticing it. But this figure here is legit though. This is a real anime figure. It's an Ichiban Kuji, Ichiban Kuji A Migimo Guy number 17 scale figure from Japan. It comes from an arcade machine. It was only limited for 2016 only. Luckily, I did bought one, so this right here is for me personally. I love Macross, by the way, one of my favorite series. But if you're ever buying anime figures and there's no box to it, you're risking the chances of buying a fake anime figure without you even noticing it. This is why I always tell people that I buy from, I need to see the box. Like, this will tell you everything. Like, look at the box, look how clean it is, the text fonts on it, make sure it's right. And then look at the anime figure, make sure that the painting on it is good. And the biggest thing of all, if you're buying an anime figure with the box, you need to see the authenticity sticker. The authenticity sticker is right here. You see that beautiful rainbow sticker shine here? This is basically the manufacturing company, the official manufacturing company sticker logo. Yep, the fakes will not have this, but in Japan they will have it. Every single Japanese figure you buy in Japan will have this no matter what, if you buy a figure in the box. So this is a 100% legit real figure. And remember, this figure here is 8 years old. This is longer than what most people are watching anime. Most of you people who are watching this have not been watching anime longer than this figure has been existing. Like, this figure here existed longer than you watching anime. So, like you can't really argue or complain here, everybody, because that is, like, I'm trying to educate you new anime viewers if you really like anime or you're thinking about buying anime stuff, because it's honestly frustrating to me nowadays to see, like, it's becoming more and more commonplace to see these fake anime figures going around, and people are selling it for what a real anime figure is worth, you know? So do not buy anime figures without the box is what I recommend. And 2, if it does come with the box, look out for things that don't look right. And 2, find the authentic find the sticker of a, well, just find the sticker. Okay, that's what you really need to look out for. Make sure that it's authentic. And remember, everybody, I truly love my anime figures. Like, so a lot of people are asking how old are my anime figures, and I guess now is a good time to discuss about that, because, like, I've taken good care of my anime figures for years. So this anime figure here, I already said, is 8 years old, and let us actually look at Katanako here. Katanako-chan, gomenasai. Ikuyo. So this beautiful 7th dragon. So this 7th dragon anime figure here, this one came out in 2012, I believe. 2010, 2012. So this figure is around 15 years old. No, 13 years old, I believe. Very old anime figure here. But I love, this is actually the waifu of my waifus here. Like, this is what's this is my first waifu. So a lot of you may be asking, how did Katanako here become your waifu? And here's the funny story. The only reason why this was my first waifu is because the anime proportions is perfect to me. I don't like, so here's the thing, I do not like anime characters, especially in romance series or any series at all, that has disproportionate body parts. So Katanako here to me is perfect in terms of, like, body proportions, especially from the slim legs to the bust size. Like, everything here to me is very like realistic proportion wise, you know. It's not crazy plot and things like that. That is why Katanako here was my first ever waifu. And oh boy, I remember this anime figure here was selling for over $200 because how difficult it was to get it. But I do want to thank my friends though for helping me get this anime figure, because it was super difficult getting that anime figure, because I live in America and I don't live in Japan, by the way. So when it comes to getting anime figures, it was very difficult. But luckily what ended up happening was that my friend actually imported anime figures from Japan, and basically he imported from Japan to California, and then from California to me. So I had to pay, it was $120 for the shipping back then for DHL, because he had a large shipment coming in from Japan. And then I paid an additional $15 for postal service. So I paid a crap ton of money, put it that way. I have a lot of stories, honestly, when it comes to my anime figures. All of my anime figures have stories behind them. Like, legit, not one of them doesn't. I can I can tell you a bit more about the history of anime figures because people it's funny. Everybody thinks that I'm only like knowledgeable when it comes to like anime, manga, and things like that. But when it comes to like anime figures or like the whole bubble of anime, I am the expert to go to because I'm an anime historian. I've legit lived anime history. I was even there when like some of the first few PVC anime figures came into being. As a matter of fact, Katanako here is a PVC, 100% PVC anime figure. One of the most difficult anime figures to actually maintain. Because a lot of you guys don't know what PVC is because, let's be honest, you're not real anime fans. No, I'm kidding. No, come on, I'm sorry. No, but, so okay, I gotta take Katanako back out again. Sorry, Katanako. Come on, say, Katanako-chan, ikuyo. Hey. Sorry, give me a second, everybody. I gotta mute for a second. Okay, I'm back. I'm so sorry, everybody. So that was, had a little bit of a disturbance call, sort of. But essentially, though, allow me to explain the history of anime figures back then. So, way back when, in the history of anime figures, no, 100% of all the anime figures you see in this world, before 2010-ish, was mainly made out of what you will call PVC. PVC was basically like the cheapest plastic that you can get that was sturdy to make anime figures. And what ended up happening was that figures like this, known as Katanako here, is one of the few, well, it's one of the many anime figures from the past that actually is 100% made of PVC. So you may be wondering, why is PVC such a big deal? Well, allow me to explain. PVC bends and starts melting a little bit whenever it gets hot. So the warmer it gets, the more your figures will start to bend. So what ended up happening in the past was that PVC anime figures, see how Katanako stands very straight? This is because I maintained this anime figure very well for over 12 years. So what ended up happening was that, like, due to, like, if you live somewhere where it's hot or somewhere that doesn't have good air conditioning, basically if you live anywhere warm, your anime figures will start bending forward. Like, their legs will start collapsing on itself. And this became a big problem in anime figures. So what ended up happening in the future, later on down the road, more towards 2009-ish, I believe, they started switching to a new material for the legs and the base. And basically the material was, you guessed it, ABC, asbestos, baby. So let's use Kurisu here, for example. So this right here is Magise Kurisu, a Wave Beach Queen's figure. I believe this came out 2013, I believe. So what is the difference between these two anime figures? Well, other than size and what series they come from, Kurisu's legs here, you see the legs, is very sturdy. This is made out of ABS, essentially. ABS, asbestos. So what ended up happening was that anime figures or anime figure companies started switching from PVC here. So this is PVC here. They started switching that to ABS for the legs. So now when you buy anime figures, your anime figures don't start bending forward or backwards because of, you know, the legs not holding up well and things like that. So for anybody who buys an older anime figure that is 100% made out of PVC, the heads up is that if you live somewhere where it's hot, or somewhere where the humidity is high, it will fuck up your anime figure. Like, it will get fucked up bad. I don't use profanity, but the reason why I'm using profanity is because I'm serious. If you live somewhere where it's hot regularly, or somewhere where the humidity is high, your anime figure will get it will get messed up so bad. Oh my god. Basically it means that you're a really bad anime fan if you cannot take care of your anime figures. Period. And I'm speaking facts here. This figure right here is older than most people watching anime. Like, this figure is older than 10 years old. Is 100% PVC. If it gets too hot, this figure will start bending forward, or the weight or the legs will start bending. Or if the humidity gets too high, the anime figure may start developing mold because of the high humidity. And as a matter of fact, because of that, everybody, some of you may be wondering, what is this for? This right here is my humidity and my my thermostat gauge. I am that picky about my anime stuff. I gotta make sure the humidity is not too high and make sure the temperatures are not too crazy. And I had this for over a decade now. So a lot of you fake anime fans aren't as real as I am here, because I truly care for the stuff I buy, you know? I don't just buy stuff. Because it's frustrating to me, honestly, because people buy anime stuff and they don't maintain it well. Do you you buy stuff because you want it, I understand, but if you're not maintaining it, it's really just it's going to get ruined, you know? Especially figures they don't print anymore. This is the thing that makes anime figures kind of interesting, is that a lot of anime figures nowadays do not get reruns. Basically, they're not making any more. They make a set number and that's it, period. Boop, it's gone. So, like Katanako here, they're not making any more of this. Like, at all. All that was printed in 2009, that's all there is. So, or 2012, I believe this one came out, or 2011, somewhere between that ballpark. I need to search it up, actually. So, like, if they do ever remake this anime figure, it will be made out of ABS and PVC. So the ABS, the asbestos, will be used for the base legs and maybe towards the bottom half here, and then the rest of the top will be made using PVC, the typical material. But please, everybody, if you're a good anime caretaker, or if you truly care about your anime figures and things like that, please understand how to care for them. Because I am the true, I'm an anime historian through and through, man. I promise you. That's how picky I am about my anime stuff. Everybody thinks I just watch anime and review stuff, but no, I do not. I am the real deal Kumo Sensei, everybody. But that is history. But that is history 101 about my anime figures. Did you watch the Apothecary Diaries yet? Yes, I do. I love the Apothecary Diaries. It's one of my favorite series as of now. I love the chemistry between Mao Mao and Jinshi. I promise you, they are husband and wife. They are legit husband and wife, everybody. That's the thing that I love about the Apothecary Diaries. But as I stated, everybody, I'm very good with anime stuff. I truly am. I truly love my anime stuff, everybody. But that is the history of anime figures for PVC and the material it was originally made out of. Now, I'm not going to talk about garage kits because that's a whole nother can of worms I don't want to talk about with anime figures. I do love garage kits, but I'm terrible at carving and making things like that. And for those who don't know what garage kits are for anime figures, you're not a real anime fan, period. I'm sorry. It's funny because, everybody thinks they know a lot about anime, and they meet me, and then they start questioning their whole existence. I'm sorry to say this, but I feel like there's nothing wrong with it. I'm sorry to say this, but I feel like sometimes people think they know a lot, and then in reality they don't when they meet me, because I've been watching anime for over 16 years now. Like I have, like my anime figures I had them longer than you've been watching anime, or maybe longer than you've been around. You know, because I had this figure here for over 12 years. I had this anime figure here for over 8 years, and like I have my Makise Chris. Hold up. So I have this figure here for about 12 years now, I believe. 11 years, I think? No, 11 years, that's right. So I have this anime figure here for over 11 years. And then my Mikimo Guynamer figure, which I just showed you earlier, I had her for over 8 years. 9 years now, actually. So really though, if you want to educate me on anime, that's going to be a hard thing to do, because like, have you ever tried making a Gunpla? So here's the thing, Gunplas and garage kits are kind of similar hand in hand. I am not a Gunpla guy because I actually did make a Gunpla before with a friend, but it's just not for me personally, because even though I think Gundam kits are really cool, and making a bunch of like, they even had some for the Macross series too, believe it or not, for Macross 7s I believe, and Macross some of the older series, but like I'm not a big fan of Gunpla because it's just not my sort of figurines, if you get what I'm saying. It's not for me. But I understand if people do like it though. I'm more of the typical traditional anime figurine collector, but I don't collect anime figures nowadays unless it has significant value to me personally. So like, it's been I think it's been over 5 years since my last anime figure that I actually did bought, because I don't typically buy anime figures nowadays because, oh, excuse me again, sorry. I don't typically buy anime figures nowadays, everybody, is because I think a lot of anime figures nowadays is just, they don't really attract to me personally. Like, it needs to make me feel some type of way, you know? So like I really don't buy anime figures like that anymore, honestly. But I will say this though, if I do buy anime figures, I will never buy anime figures at shows. Like, so like any sort of anime convention or anime events and there's people selling anime figures, 99% of the time I would never buy an anime figure. I will never even buy a Nindoroid. When it comes to Nindoroids, Figmas, or figurines, I never buy them at anime conventions or anime events because, like, I just don't trust the authenticity of it. Like something, I don't know. I need to see the full packaging here. Like I stated, if I don't see the box, I ain't buying. Period. But yeah, though, everybody, I hope that was a good lesson for like you anime fans who claims that you guys been watching anime longer than I have, because I promise you the majority you haven't. My OBS is acting kind of funny, everybody. Oh, great. Hold up. Okay, so OBS actually locked me out. So, yeah. I can't click on OBS now. Okay, that's pretty interesting. Hold up, everybody. Page down, page up, page down. Yep, okay. So, basically, though, everybody, that's really my history of anime figures in general. Very good at what I do. I know a lot. Maybe I can go more into depth in the future. But in terms of content, though, back to what Anna was saying here, I really don't mind making more content that revolves around reviewing and discussions, especially like romance stuff or anything that I enjoy. But if I'm going to make it on a regular basis, it needs, like, there has to be some sort of merit to it, you know? I'm not saying I'm doing it for views, but I need to know that if I make it, it'll be worth making for you guys. Because I do enjoy making them, but I don't really think that, like, I don't know how to explain it. Maybe I can't, it's like I can't do it every single time, you know? But I can do it more frequently if people want it, you know? But that's really all I gotta say when it comes to making reviews and things like that. And I do want to make reviews and discussions and thoughts videos on like games, anime, you know, the whole 9 yards, movies, because there are some romance movies I really want to talk about as a stage actor here. because the stage acting in me just makes me want to talk more about like the romance sort of stuff. But hey, ain't trying to like toot my own horn here, but big fan of the romance genre I am though. But anyhow though, everybody, I really gotta get going now. I know that this stream may not be as long, but yeah, though, I do gotta get going a little bit. Maybe in like the next 5-7 minutes or so. What games have you been playing? I don't really play games as much. The one I still do play the most, without a doubt, is Pokemon. I know Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Yeah, I know, that's crazy, right? But Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is one of my favorite games. Well, favorite Switch games as of now. I do want to see what Legend ZA does, because, like, I know that I'm talking about Pokemon, but Pokemon to me is a universal game. Like, you can't really hate Pokemon, honestly. So, Pokemon I still do play. Fear and Hunger, Fallout, yeah, those are like the typical games I do normally play on a regular basis. Not a big fan of like MOBAs or MOBAs, FPS, and those type of games. They're not really meant for me personally, because I kind of, to be honest, I suck at those. Oh, I don't suck, but I'm not good at those, and also I don't find any sort of pleasure out of it, because it's just, because it does start out as fun, but once you start losing in those type of games, it just becomes frustrating, you know? So really, those games are not meant for me. But I do gotta get going now, everybody, because people are waiting. But as always, everybody, thanks for watching. And yeah, I'll see you on the next live stream, which will be next week. I don't know when next week, but next week for sure. And with that, everybody, minasan, bye-bye.